Hey, Shama UFC here. We're gonna be doing a George Davey challenge on Undisputed. This is obviously after the patch, and as you can see by the stats, this is gonna be quite the challenge. As you can see, pretty much everywhere from his health, stamina. I mean, he does have some pretty good movement considering his level of fighter, but it is gonna be a very, very tough challenge for us today. And I got a treat for you guys. We're going to be exposing a 30 and 0 fake record. So if you guys do enjoy and like this type of content and certain challenges here and there, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And as far as in his traits, he has straight shooter, increases the accuracy of all thrown jabs and straights by 10%, and decreases your accuracy of all hooks and uppercuts by 5. Alright, so here goes the beginning of the fight. Yeah, seeing 30 and 0, we have a Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard, we all know is he has great jab, he has great counter punching, he has amazing stamina, amazing movement. Basically, the perfect fighter to give us every issue in the world, as far as in stamina, health, speed, pace, pretty much anything you name it. Sugar Ray can do for the most part. See, he's doing feints here. He's 30 and 0, so I'm gonna assume this is a competent player or a pretty good player. But we're still gonna try our best to implement our game. We do have straight shooter, so our jabs and our crosses are gonna be 10% more accurate, whereas in our hooks are gonna be 5% less accurate. Our hooks and uppercuts. What I like to do is I like to use the jab to get in the range and maybe land something to the body. If not, just hit you with a couple jabs, reset. Constantly, if you have somebody fainting, this is very simple. You fight through the feints for the most part because people just faint to they're just trying to stifle your offense. You can't let people stifle your offense in this game, or else you'll lose. You could lose decisions, you could lose on the cards, and it's just gonna mess up your game. Not saying to recklessly go through it, but I'm still gonna work my jab regardless. But yeah, I was nervous heading into this one. I thought maybe it was a good ranked player creating a new account. Look at that, we get the nice lead hook counter right there. We circled away from all of his strikes. Yeah, this fight's not going to be easy. But this was perfect. I hop on. I had a couple fights with George Davey. I just wanted to practice with him before. I was actually hoping I would find a record like this, like a big undefeated record or something. I thought it would be even more of a challenge to use George Davey. For the most part, I'm not really like a super competitive person. Like I am competitive, but I don't really care about being like the number one guy or the top guy. I just like to entertain and teach people the game. I enjoy that a lot more than trying to be the best of the best. That's not my goal. I just try to be the best as that can be for the most part, just like anybody else. Yeah, it's the same game plan. We use some body jabs too. Just keeping it very, short and sweet. We don't want to overthrow. It is a round fight, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we have our stamina's like in the 60s and 70s as far as the stamina regen and conditioning and endurance. So we don't have much to, we can't just throw as much as we want, especially with tracking. Tracking's messed up, so we can't just throw recklessly and just hope something lands. We have to set them up. We have to get in range with our jab. If you notice, every time I get in range with my jab and I get him to be stationary, I get to land a body hook. Just small things, and as the fight progresses, more things can open up for you. But I like to start the first round or two like that. See, I was able to land one or two right there. For the most part, he is throwing a decent amount. He hits us with like a double body hook, rear power hook. Yeah, I had to look out for that combo. He did that combo a few times where he doubles up to the body and then just throws a power shot. He's being more reckless because the patience wasn't working for him. So, he's trying to pressure us and break us down. He's trying to take advantage of us because we are George Davey. If we're Canelo or something, probably wouldn't do this. But we're still sticking true to our game. If there are openings, we are going to take them. Sometimes I do risky ones, but, it's all up to you. You could play way more patient. It's just hard. I would play more patient, but these are 8 rounds. So what ends up happening is if you go down like three, it gets really hard to like come back. Especially I'm George Davey. It's not like I'm Canelo where if I box you in, I could just get rocks easily. It's not the case. I'm very weak. I'm not very accurate. 67 accuracy, I believe. I'm starting to see he's starting to get really comfortable with throwing a lot. He assumes I'm going to wilt under the pressure or just get bored of boxing. But I don't. I never get bored. Sometimes I like to have fun with friends and stuff, but as far as in online play, whether it's ranked or this is quick match, by the way. I don't really touch ranked. Quick glitch is still there for PlayStation only, unfortunately. But glad it was fixed for Xbox and PC. At least some people get to enjoy not dealing with that in ranked. I'm just hoping they really fix this tracking. December. Yeah, we're just staying patient, working the jab, and you see, like with the feints and these things he's not landing and missing a majority of, we're landing like 4 or 5 jabs for him landing one body hook. We're more accurate. We're landing more. So at the end of the day, the scorecards go our way. That's also another way. You don't have to go out and finish these guys. That's just not what you have to do. It's just not necessary. But yeah, look at this. We're up 30-27. We're still going to be same game plan because just because we're up 3, I don't want to like let off too much because I have a good rhythm. I'm finding the jab. I'm landing enough to outpoint him. So we're not looking for a finish. Finishes are... I did finish a Canelo actually, but I was screen recording or screen sharing with a friend, so I couldn't record at the same time. But yeah, thank God I did. I mean, this one's way better. I ended up finding an undefeated record in quick match randomly late at night. Yeah, you see now he's throwing power jabs, power body jabs. Look at that, he's still trying to throw that double lead body hook into the rear hook. Power shot, but constantly doing that, he's overworking himself. So then the counter there. You can counter with stuff like I did before, but jab when they're throwing things out of range. I just think it's crazy that I'm probably outpacing him with George Davey and he's Sugar Ray Leonard. But look at that, we get him a miss. That's another thing I really like about this game. Getting people just to miss gets them tired. That's something I would love to have in UFC 5. UFC 5's stamina is always up and down with changes. They could never find like a good middle ground for it being fun and realistic. But hey, let's hope that Undisputed brings out the best in EA. And EA brings out the best in Undisputed. Healthy competition is always needed. And yeah, flicking out random feints is just, he's not setting up anything, so I felt like I was doing good in that round, so I circled out, just didn't really do much. Yeah, same thing, working that jab. That's going to be our most accurate and quickest weapon out of everything George Davey can throw. The body hooks are definitely necessary regardless who you're using because on top of making people miss and overthrow and you managing your stamina, working the body on top of that is just going to get them tired. Okay, so body jab right there. Knew he was a little bit low, so we throw a body hook again. I believe we do land that power body hook. Just trying to time some of those out to see if I can get like a rock. Yeah, working on jab. Get a little risky. The reason why I'm getting a little bit riskier is when you're in the game, it's hard to explain. Once you have a flow and once you feel like you get something going, you feel good. Same thing. Still on the jab. We're landing these jabs. Just land a few body hooks right there. For example, if he's landing like 2 body hooks in exchange for me landing like 3 or 4 jabs, and we rinse and repeat that on top of me sprinkling in some body hooks, I'm gonna win the rounds. Not by a large margin, but definitely by a good amount. That's all we're trying to do here for the most part. I saw I was up that 30-27 coming in around 4, so I just wanted to do the same thing. So hopefully by the later rounds, I'm going to be up like most of the rounds, so I could afford to have a swing round if I need it, or just even go on loose footwork and run away for a round if I need to do that to win. Because if I know I'm up like 4 or 5 rounds in like the last round, I might take a swing round and just not do anything because there's no point. Well, yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard is definitely like the worst one. Canelo, at least, he has bad stamina also, so you could tire him out, and he's a bit slower. But Sugar Ray, on the other hand, this is welterweight, so this is like his best stats. He's gonna have like crazy fast speed. He has like 97 movement speed. He has ridiculous like 93, 95, everything in stamina department. He has great health stats. Not the best in the weight class, but definitely 1,000 times better than mine's. He also has a killer jab. I believe he has distance keeper. So his jabs are doing like 20%, I believe, or 10%. I'm not sure which one he has. That just goes to show you that this is a fake work. I mean, he's not even using his jab. He feinted his jab more than he actually used the jab. So knowing how to use your boxes are very important. It's playing like this. Sure, you have tireless where you could combo up and lose less stamina, but you're not going to be able to throw this recklessly. That's just never going to be viable. Look at that. We get countered right there with a lead hook. Just a little bit of a poker face, What I mean by poker face is just kind of being active enough to the point where they don't think you're hurt. So I just flicked out my jab a few times and do a body hook. So he probably thinks like I'm okay. I was a little bit lower. But if he was going to start pressuring me, I would definitely backed up. But the poker face worked. He did not know we were hurt. We ended up blocking that, landing a nice rear body hook. Look at that, making him miss. Baiting him because I'm just using footsies going in and out, and I'm not actually going into the pocket, but I'm pretending like I am. It's like I walk towards him and then I walk back, walk towards him, walk back. Look at this. Almost pitching a clean shutout, man. Winning almost all these rounds. I knew that combo was coming, so I just tried to circle into it, or at least to try to block it. Another rear body hook lands. This is working our jab. We just sticking on that jab. Same game plan. Yeah, sometimes if you guys see me stay in the pocket extra long, for some reason, like when I do go into the pocket, it gets like sticky. Like you get stuck in the mud. I don't like that. I actually lost a fight against a Canelo because that same thing happened. Canelo kept pressuring me, and then like I was trying to back up, and I felt like I was stuck in the mud. And I threw like 2 retreating jabs, and I tried to move back, and it's just I can't move. It's like it's so weird. It's like I was walking in flat footwork, but I had full stamina. But hopefully December addresses those issues. If you see he's throwing really slow like that, he's ran out of stamina. Well, not ran out, but I know it's getting low. if he's starting off like missing all of his stamina and throwing slow punches with like the second or third punch, that pretty much tells me his stamina is definitely getting lower. Yeah, like look how slow these things are coming out. That's how I know he's definitely lower than me, which is crazy. I didn't think I was gonna be able to outpace him. I thought maybe some counters, some knockdowns would happen, but I did not know what to expect in this fight, to be honest with you guys. I was a little bit nervous when I was seeing the feints. I'm like, is this a good ranked player? Or, you know, what am I going to do? How am I going to win this? That's the end of round 7. So, yeah, I guess he's not skipping this part. Does Sugar Ray Leonard got anything left in the tank? He does not. Hope you guys enjoy.